Good morning, Coastal Bend. I'm meteorologist Carly Smith. Be ready for a little bit more activity out on our roadways this morning as we are approaching the first day of school for Corpus Christi Independent School District, CCISD. You're headed back today, so traffic flow is light now during the 5 o'clock hour, but it's going to pick up. We're going to have buses back out. We're going to have school zones back on, so make sure you take that into account as you're leaving this morning. You may need to give yourself a little bit of extra time for the school traffic, not necessarily for the weather. We do have a little bit more wind this morning. It's out of the south at 10 miles per hour. Feels like it's 94 degrees right now at 5:49. Isn't that great? So today it is still extra hot and extra humid. We're going to have a little bit more wind as well. Winds sustained up to 26 miles per hour this afternoon. Heat index value, look at this, 2 p.m., 4 p.m. This is when kids are getting out of school, right? It's going to feel like it's about 121 to 120 degrees here in Corpus Christi, especially for areas inland. Maybe slightly cooler for any schools closer to our bay or the Laguna Madre. So just keep that in mind. It is going to be hot, and so after school practices may need to be adjusted, recess may need to be adjusted, but the peak heat index again is anywhere between 2 and 4 p.m. 119 for your feels like temperature, Robstown, Alice. So consistently we have that area of a higher heat index right through Kingsville, Corpus Christi, then up through St. Mathis, Orange Grove, Alice, sometimes George West, and that has a lot to do with our winds and our onshore flow. So we have extremely high humidity always along our coastline. When the sea breeze kicks in, it takes it inland, and then naturally areas farther inland into the brush country have a lower humidity, but you're going to have a higher air temperature. Additionally, the winds kick in, and by 7 p.m. we're getting some gusts to 35, 36 miles per hour as far inland as Freer and George West. That's going to be consistent pretty much every afternoon as we're dealing with this excessive heat. But those areas I mentioned that are prime, where the temperature and the humidity are at that perfect point for the highest heat index values, those areas are under, once again, an excessive heat warning from noon to 8 p.m. The rest of us are under the heat advisory, and additionally on top of that, today we have a fire weather warning in place. So that's a red flag warning for Bee County, Live Oak County, Jim Wells County, Duval County, McMullen County. That has to do with the wind, the high temperatures. So we're seeing those high temperatures in the triple digits nearing 110. That's going to be prime for fires starting. Additionally, look how low these humidity values are in the afternoon, 20% in Freer. So that's going to be prime environment for fire developing. And additionally, we are dry. We've got the dry fuels across the area with our lack of rainfall. Our watershed remains low as well. So we are looking at our watershed combined lake levels only at 37.8%. That has fallen by nearly 4% over the last month. And you can see in our rainfall forecast, yeah, we're still not tracking any rain. And yes, you can blame those areas of high pressure for that sticking around. The only hope is later into next week. So by the end of next week, we may see this high kind of skirt closer into the Mississippi River Valley. But I wouldn't count on focusing on that. For now, in the 7-day forecast, it's still dry, it's still dangerously hot, it's still sunny, and we are still tracking triple-digit heat. A record for the most triple-digit days will be likely by Sunday. John.